Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back. It's almost June, so it's time to take a look at what I'm planning to read in the new month. So June might be a bit of a busy month for me. It's my wife's birthday and my birthday at the end of the month, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of time off for that. There's also bank holidays at the start of the month, so I'm going to give myself those couple of days off as well. I've got various plans with the family, but I'm hoping to get some good reading in as well. I've given myself some options as usual, but there's also some commitment reading that I need to be doing this month. So it's potentially going to be a bit difficult to fit everything in, but we'll see how we go. And the beauty of setting myself some reading plans for the month, the MBR as opposed to the TBR, is I'm not under any pressure to read all of these, except potentially some of those commitment reads. So let's start with those, and then I'll take a look at some of the other possibilities once they're done. So the first one on the list is a carryover. I'm currently reading Brian McClellan's upcoming book, In the Shadow of Lightning. I'm quite enjoying it, but it's taken me quite a while to get through it. It's got some really long chapters, and that generally does have a habit of slowing me down. But I also put it aside for a couple of days and read something else, so that obviously didn't help. So I'm going to continue with this one. It's one that I can definitely see myself finishing. It's just a case of how long it's going to take me to do so. So that's an advanced review copy that I got through NetGalley. So I've got a time commitment to, ideally at least, get that read and reviewed before the actual book comes out, which I think is the 21st, 22nd of June. So I do still have a couple of weeks to get that one finished. The second commitment book that I've got for June is the first of my Patron buddy reads. So I put a few titles out as suggestions for my Patron group, and eventually, because it was quite tight, they decided on Burn Red Skies by Kirsten Espinosa-Rosero. So this is one of the SPFBO 7 finalists. I did read the opening chapter of this in one of my first chapter reads, along with the rest of the SPFBO 7 finalists, and I was quite interested. In here we are dealing with essentially sky pirates, I guess. We've got airships, we've got dragons, we've got smugglers. The first chapter was quite an interesting one. It definitely did make me want to read on and learn more. So I'm looking forward to this, and there's a nice little group of us in Discord who are going to be reading this in June. Talking of SPFBO, the next commitment reads that I've got are going to be for SPFBO 8. So with this one, I'm not going to go through the titles in this video. I've decided for sure on one of them, again with the help of my patrons, getting a bit of an idea as to which one they're the most excited to hear more about, so to hear me reviewing. So I know what the first of my SPFBO 8 titles is going to be. I've got a pretty good idea, I think, what the second of those is going to be as well, and I'm hoping to read two of those in June. Now, the reason that I'm not going to go through which those titles are at the moment is because we're going to have a video on Bookborn's channel where all of the 5 judges who are helping her out are going to introduce themselves and the books that they're going to be reading. So I'm going to hold off until that's been published on Bookborn's channel, so that can be the kind of introduction to her team as a whole. Once that's been released, I'll put some more videos up on my channel going through the 6 books that I've got in a bit more detail, and of course looking at the ones that I'm currently reading and reviewing them once I have read them. So although those are commitment reads for me, and I know the titles that I've got, and I know, as I say, at least one of the ones that I'm planning to read for June, it does make it really vague in terms of this video, so do apologise for that, but I'll be able to talk about them a bit more in the near future. I could probably do it now, but I want to give Bookborn the opportunity to kind of announce it to the world when she puts her own video out. So hopefully it won't be too long until that video's out anyway, and I'll link to it on my channel so you can see that one if you're not already subscribed to Bookborn. And if you're not, by the way, you definitely should be. So go check out her channel, and whilst you're over there, hit the subscribe button as well. So then I've got some of the non-commitment reads. So these are some of the options that I've got. Once I've got those out of the way, or looking at audiobooks throughout the month as well, I'm not really set on what I'm going to read for those. These are going to be my real kind of mood reading pot, and of course, being a mood reader, I might stray outside of these options as well. But a couple of audiobooks that I've really enjoyed recently, and therefore I might continue with the next book in the series, are Brandon Sanderson's Words of Radiance. So I might go straight on this month, but that one of course is quite a long book, so we'll see how that one goes. And I'm currently listening to Along the Razor's Edge by Rob J. Hayes, And again, I'm having a really great time with that, so I might decide to move straight on with that one and go into book 2 of The War Eternal. Some other options that I've got that I want to be getting to soon are, again, series continuations, and in 2 cases finishing up a series. So the 2 that I'm probably going to be looking to continue before too long are Caliban's War Book 2 of The Expanse by James S.A. Corey. It's been a long time since I've read any of those, but I definitely want to get back into that series. And then I have We Lie With Death, which is book 2 behind me on the shelf here, by Devin Madsen, book 2 in the Reborn Empire. So again, I really enjoyed the first book there, We Ride the Storm, and I want to get back into that series. I've got 2 more books to read at the moment, and then a third book, book 4 in the series, is scheduled to be coming out at the end of the year. So I've got a little bit of reading there before that one comes out to catch me up in the series. In terms of finishing series though, there are 2 books that I'm just 1 away from that I do want to get to soon, but the issue with these is they're pretty big. So I've got The Light of All That Falls, book 3 of Lecanius by James Islington, and Assassin's Quest, book 3 of Farseer by Robin Hobb. And yeah, I think with this one, because of the size of them, it does make them a little bit more difficult to fit in. I wouldn't call them intimidating because I do like a big book. You can see plenty of those on the shelves behind me, but it's just a case of how long it's going to take me to get through these once I actually do pick them up. So we'll see how that goes, we'll see where the mood takes me, and we'll see how quickly or slowly I get through these commitment reads, because that'll be one of the big deciding factors. So although there's not too many books that I've kind of nailed down at the moment, I'm still expecting it to be quite a busy reading month. And of course, if I do get through all of the commitment reads that I've got, the other option is to take on a third SPFBO book. I've got a couple of months to read 6 of them. I'm kind of planning to read a few more of those next month rather than having them all in June, because I already had a few commitments for this month lined up. But I do want to make sure that I'm getting them out of the way early, because once I've read my 6, I've got to put forward a semi-finalist from those, and then Bookborn will be reading the book that I put forward along with the 4 put forward by the other judges who are helping her out, in plenty of time for her to put forward a finalist. So there's kind of that extra pressure on this because I've got a shorter time period to read them in, and I can't really go beyond that because there's someone else who then needs to read one of those titles, and that's dependent on me finishing the 6 that I've been given. So I do feel fine about that because there's plenty of time to do it. It's not like I'm reading all 30 in the space of a few months or anything along those lines. 6 over the course of 2 or 3 months should be absolutely fine. And of course, I'm really excited to be doing this, so that's going to just help me kind of get through them and move on to the next one as well. But that's kind of where I'm looking for June anyway at the moment. So in the comments down below, let me know what you're reading. Let me know if there's any of these that you're particularly excited for. If you're interested in joining in with Burn Red Skies, as I say, we are doing this as a Patron buddy read on my Discord, and the link for my book club Discord and for my Patreon, as always, will be in the description box below this video, along with all of my other social media and support the channel links. While you're down there, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and if you appreciate what you've seen. I hope to see you again in another video soon, but until then, as always, take care of yourselves, read some good books. Bye for now.